What's going on, guys? Balkan Architect here, and in today's tutorial I've got quite an interesting topic. Today I'm going to be talking about adaptive components in Revit and also about reporting parameters. So it will be kind of a interesting parametric technical tutorial, and it will be just a simple exercise, but we're going to be going over some very important things that you need to understand in order to get into parametric design. But before I get started, I would just like to ask you to like this tutorial. It helps me out a lot, and if you haven't already, I suggest you subscribe because I make tutorials like this every day. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm just going to be using the architectural template for this project, and here I am in Revit, and let me just go to massing and site immediately, and let's go to in place mass. So let's call it mass 1, who cares, and let's create a rectangle over here, kind of like that. And let's go into 3D and let's go into realistic, and as you can see, these are just lines now. So you need to select it, create form, and for some reason it didn't allow us to create just a plane, so I'm just going to delete this plane, and now we're left with this here surface. And if we select it, we can divide it, and now it's a divided surface, and now we can just play around with these lines a bit and maybe make it smaller over here, maybe make it kind of a bit larger over there. Now kind of like that. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, just kind of play around a bit, make an interesting shape, and let's make a bit smaller number of these separations. So for this, let me go 6 by 6 grid. I think that would look a lot better. Okay, so we have some sort of a grid over here, and as you can see, here we have some larger rectangles, and here we have some smaller rectangles. So let's try to create a curtain system or a curtain mullion as an adaptive component, and that will actually be a kind of an adaptive component that changes size depending on the dimensions of this square. So if this is a smaller square, let's say, then it will be a smaller diameter mullion, and if it's a larger square, it will be a larger diameter mullion. So it will be kind of determining the size of the mullion depending on the size of the square, or the dimension, the thickness of the mullion depending on the size of the square. So that's quite an interesting challenge to do in Revit. So to do that, I'm just going to go here to File, New, and let's choose New Family, and I'm just going to be dropping back a folder and go into English Metric. So I'm going to choose Metric Generic Model Adaptive. So this is the one you want to choose. So you open that up, and now let's create our adaptive component. So adaptive components are made with adaptive points. These are actually points that you need to place into Revit when you're placing this component. So unlike a regular family where it's just one click and the family is placed, here you need to do as many clicks as you have adaptive points. So this will be a 4-point family. So let me place 4 points over here, kind of like that. Maybe extend this. Okay, so we have our 4 points because it's a rectangular grid. And let's select this one and make adaptive. So this is point number 1, and as you can see, it says here number 1. We can change the number, but no need for this project. Now let's go here, make adaptive. So this is point number 2, this is point 3, and this is point 4. And make sure that it's kind of circular, so you're placing them 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of going clockwise, and you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't zigzag, because then it will be a lot harder to place later on in a family. But anyway, or in a model. But anyway, let's just connect these points now. So you just select 2 points, and you select here spline through points, and it connects them, and then you can make it a reference by checking here as reference. And then you basically just need to repeat that for the rest of these. So you just go there, select these 2, spline through points is reference, and do the same thing over here. Select 2, spline through points is reference. Okay, so once you have this done, now we need to get some adaptive components. So, or this is already an adaptive components, but we need to have some reporting parameters for our adaptive components. So we have 2 dimensions. We have this dimension over here, let's just call it dimension A, and we have this one over here, let's just call it dimension B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to set workplane, select this one, and then dimension from this point to this point, and create a dimension. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So you just go set workplane, set this one, dimension from this point to this point, place it over here. And let's just make this a parameter. So let's just call it parameter A, make it an instance parameter, and make sure that it is a reporting parameter. So that basically means that Revit is calculating this dimension and it's reporting back. So if we open it up here, as you can see we can't change it, but it's giving us a report, a number. And let's do the same thing for the other side. So select this one, go parameter, let's call this B, and make sure that it's a reporting parameter. And why do we need that? Well, now let's create our profile that's going to determine the profile of the mullion. So let's place a point over here, make sure that it's here, draw on face, place it in the middle, and let's now draw on that point. So you just set workplane to this point, now make sure that it's draw on workplane for this part, and let's create a circle. So we create a circle like this, we select it, and let's create this dimension, select this dimension, and let's call it C for circle. Let's just go like that, and make sure that it is an instance parameter, and this time you won't be checking the reporting parameter. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go here to family types, and here we're going to go A, so A plus B, and make sure to place this in parentheses, divided by, let's go 40, and let's see what this looks like. Okay, apply. Yeah, this looks like a great dimension. So basically it's taking these two dimensions, it's adding them, and then it's dividing them, or yeah, by 20. So we get kind of the dimension of this. So when the dimensions of this rectangle change, the actual mullion profile will change. And let's just finish this family. So just go create form, and can we select the whole thing? Yeah, and let's add it a material. Let's just do something white, or yeah. So let's do, I don't know, something like gypsum wallboard. Yeah, I know I'm annoying, that's the only material I ever use. But anyway, load into project, and now how do you place this? So you need to go into 3D, you need to go over here, and as you can see you can't really place it on this grid. The problem is you need to select it, and you need to add points on each of these intersections, and you do that by going over here, opening up this menu, you check nodes, and now you have all of these nodes, and now you can select these points. And before we place the component, let's make this a bit smaller, or more components. So I'm just going to go for this V grid and place it at 10. I think it will look a bit better, and you will be able to see the point of what we did through this. So what I'm just going to do now, go create component, and let's place a component. Oops, I missed this point, so let's delete this, and let's go again. Component, and let's start placing it. So you do 1 point, second point, third point, and here is the fourth point. And as you can see, if I move this in a bit, it's a lot thicker. And if I go outside, as you can see, if I change the dimension, if I go outside, it makes all of the mullions thicker, and if I go to the inside, it makes them smaller. So that's the point, that's why we created a family like this, and that's why we need all of those reporting parameters. And now let's repeat this everywhere, and it's actually quite simple to repeat. You don't have to kinda go over everything, you just go here to where the array would be, and here we have this repeat option, so we just hit repeat, and it kinda multiplies the element all over our structure. And as you can see, now it's done. And you're probably asking, well, why did we need all of those reporting parameters? Well, if I go over here at this angle, and remember, this is not perspective, this is just normal angle. As you can see, this here changes size as it goes along. So where we have a smaller rectangle, it's smaller, and where we have a larger one, it's larger. So it's taking in information from our model and using it to to determine the dimensions of our model. So this is amazing if you have some structure elements where you need to determine the size of the beam, or some steel elements determined on the length of the construction or something like that. So it's quite interesting, it's quite cool, and it's quite important to know. Okay, so I hope you have learned something new in this tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future tutorials, leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.